gonna check here if everything's working. Seems that we're live. Gonna wait for people to join us. How's everyone doing? How's it? What up, Beto? Beto Gurmilán. Saludos all the way in Cedro, California. George Lopez, my boy. Eric, good to see you here. Gonna wait a couple moments here just for people to kind of join us. I got my tea, got my representing right here. Hope you can see it. The happiest place on earth. People still joining in. What's going on? JT Trudeau, cheers to you too. Glad you're here. Right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Afternoon Tea with Hollywood Editing Mentor. Hope you guys got your tea or whatever else, your beverage of choice. I'm drinking oolong. I love oolong. Anyone else want to share what they're drinking? I'm always looking for recommendations. I gotta say, look, I am a coffee person. Ben Park, what's up? Good to see you here. I love coffee, and I only got to tea a little while ago, and so I've decided to drink that in the afternoon. So I'm still new to it. So obviously, if you guys know some good tea that I'm missing out on, let me know, because I'm more of a coffee guy. But lately, I've been drinking tea in the afternoon. Mornings, coffee for sure. Just one cup. Who else is here? Beto's a coffee guy. Of course he is. Edward, drink some cold Douglas for herbal tea. All right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna give it a shot. Good to see you here, Edward. Jacobo's in the house, of course. What's up, Jacobo? Good talking to you the other day. I think people are still joining in. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's going on here today. First of all, thanks for being here. More than anything, this is the first time I'm doing this, and my name is Joaquin Elizondo. I created the Hollywood Editing Mentor program. I'm also a working editor in Hollywood. Well, not right now, of course. But I've been, working in Hollywood the past couple of years, and then, I have over almost 20 years of experience as an editor in general, working everything from news to documentaries, sports, talk shows. I did some weddings here and there. So just been doing it for a while now, but I decided to start the Hollywood Editing Mentor program to help out people on their journey to becoming editors, to becoming professionals in the post-production world. I was there once kind of trying to figure things out. And so, I had to kind of find things on my own, learn by my mistakes. And of course, but I did meet a lot of good people along the way, a lot of helpful people. I had a couple mentors myself, or several mentors. Anyways, but I want to give back. I want to provide that help because I know what it feels like to be out there, not knowing where to look, kind of just, there's no really information out there or that much information. So I want to make myself available to people, especially with this program, but also just doing this today. I'm just doing it here, kind of hang out for an hour, answer questions. Anything about, editing, post-production, the industry, whatever's on your mind, we'll kind of give it a chat. But also, I was doing the post of this event. I realized, how about we make it something like a networking event where people are here chatting and kind of we get to meet other people and connect. So I want to make this, I'm going to do these, probably every 2 weeks. And so people have a chance to also meet other people, connect, exchange information. We're going to help out each other. And of course, I'll also be here to answer any specific questions. But I'm glad everyone's here. Thanks for the support. People are still coming in. Let me see. Steven Castro, what's up? What's going on? Jacobo, ¿cómo estás, hermano? Who else is here? Let's see. Katia is here. Katia Lopez Odoyan. How are you? She's joining us all the way from Qatar. What time is it over there, Katia? All right, people are still coming in. Any questions? Anything like you guys want to talk about? George Lopez, thanks for the shout out. It's been great working with you. It's been fun getting to know you more. You're going to do great things, man, for sure. Don't forget, head over to HollywoodEditingMentor.com for more information on the program. Sign up for our email list. Sign up. I'm going to do exclusive content for people on the list. Sign up. Go over to HollywoodEditingMentor.com right now. Sign up for the list. You're going to get some cool, stuff, free stuff from me, and exclusive materials only for people on that list. So sign up, HollywoodEditingMentor.com. Katia says it's 2 a.m. in Qatar. And what are you doing up? You're working? Katia is an international journalist working out of Qatar. You're going to hear her story soon on Making It in Media podcast or show. It's a hybrid. What's everyone up to? Any questions? Okay, so Beto Gurmilan. Well, we got Sharon is here. Oh, Sharon, what's going on, Sharon? Night shift duties, of course. Oh, I remember those. Let's see. Beto Gurmilan. And anyone, obviously, not anyone want to chime in, help out Beto, feel free to do so. But Beto wants to know what's your take on investing on equipment like a super expensive Mac? I think it's well worth the investment, especially if your other Mac was like 8 years old. I think it's time. You made the right choice. What do you guys think? Did Beto make the right choice? Sharon, good to see you too. I hope you're doing well. Miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. So, Beto, what do you think of your new Mac? I mean, tell us, did you notice the difference? You now have more memory, an SSD. I mean, you got it. That's like night and day. Rita agrees. Rita, what's up? Glad you're here, Rita. There you go, Beto. Some advice from Rita K. Sanders. Nancy Estrada. Good to see you here. Glad you found the Hollywood Editing Mentor Facebook page. Got a question here. What are you using to run your current live stream? I'm using Ecamm Live. I highly recommend it. It's great. It's a Mac only program. I love it. It's so easy to use. I tried OBS. It's fine, but it's just, not as simple as Ecamm Live. It's so straightforward. I love it. Go get it. Ecamm Live. They have a trial version, and then you can buy it after that. It's not that expensive. But so happy to see you here, Nancy. Jesse Averna, he's here. What's up, Jesse? Jesse, I wish I would have hung out with you when I was in Astoria, Queens, man. What's everyone drinking? What? So we have a question here from Edward. What was the process like editing on Narcos? It's a good question. It's a it's a unique workflow because being that the show is a lot of it is in Spanish, right? So in my situation, obviously I know Spanish, so it's different. But say when I was my first, well, 2 seasons, I was assisting an editor or editors that did not speak Spanish. So it was pretty awesome. The way we did it is that, you know, the editors they would just cut the scenes based on kind of going by the script and just listening. And so every time they would cut a scene, they would bring me in and say, "Hey, check it out. Take a look. Tell me more than anything. Did I cut out any lines? Is everything there? How's it looking?" And so I would just listen and then see how well they did. Sometimes, they would cut off a word, a sentence, and many different things. But the cool thing about it was that I was constantly going in there looking at scenes. I mean, it was nonstop. At least every scene that was in Spanish, I was going in there and checking them out. And so got a lot of interaction with editors. I assisted Monty DeGraff first season and Garrett Donnelly the second. And so, but it was awesome because I think with time, they understood the language. They just kind of felt the rhythm, just kind of understand, made out words. And then as time went by, I think they needed me less to go in there and check stuff. It's pretty fascinating how they were able to pick it up pretty soon. And then, and then of course we had to go and subtitle everything as assistants. So it was very important to have Spanish speaking assistants. And so we would subtitle everything there. And then, then we have to do like ADR lines. And then, so it was awesome because, we could just do it there if you spoke Spanish. I would sometimes have Beto Gurmilan. He would help me out. He was back home. He was sending me lines, ADR lines. But it was awesome. It was an awesome experience as an assistant, and a lot of opportunities for me, being that I spoke Spanish and just knew the culture, being from Mexico. So it was awesome, man. Let's see. Who else is here? Chocolate Abuelita. Yeah, I think it's too hot right now, but I'll take it. Mike, what's going on? Drinking La Croix. Hope I can still hang. Of course, man. You were in Woodside? Man, I was close by. I used to hang out in Woodside. Rebecca, what's going on? I thought you took a break from working out, huh? I'm glad you're here. Here's an interesting question from Katia. Katia, you should go to bed. It's late or early. With such an intense job, do you see the world through an editor's lens constantly? Is it hard to tune it out? It's hard to watch a series. It's hard to watch a TV show. I don't think I'll probably be able to watch a film or a TV show the same like ever again as I used to before I started doing all this. Because it's just like I'm thinking just constantly about the cuts and then like even what went on behind the scenes and it's hard. It's difficult to tune it out. Yes, more so than anything. When watching a film or a TV series. Before, when I used to be really into, I'll say this, when I used to be into, when I wanted to be originally I wanted to be a DP, a cinematographer. So I was really into photography. There, yes, I would walk around and I would look at like lighting and lighting conditions and everything that like, if I was looking through a lens, yeah, that was different. That was kind of like every day, but editing more so like watching anything right now, any films or TV shows, it's hard to kind of tune it out or just sit back and relax. Alice Yoon, what's going on? Yeah, right. You would have thought that as well, but no, we had a lot of editors on Narcos that did not speak Spanish. Great editors, and they, like I said, they figured it out. Editing, man, that's the thing. Any language. I remember I cut up. It was nothing narrative. I did a project in Russian when I was in New York, in Russian. I did not understand it at all. I do not know Russian, and I was able to figure it out. And they were surprised. They were like, "Wow!" And I don't know. It's just you just hear. It's more about the rhythm, like. And of course, they have to check. I let them check it, of course, and then maybe missed a word here or there, but for the most part, it was pretty on point. Ben Park, drinking sparkling water with lemon oolong is where it's at. I agree. I agree. I gotta say, I'll check out 7cups.com. Denise Perez. Denise Perez, glad you are more than ready to learn, and you're welcome. I'm glad I could be of help. What's your favorite software to edit on? It depends on the project. For narrative stuff, even documentaries, Avid, no doubt. Anything that's long form. Short form, I use Premiere. I have it at home. I do all the videos for Hollywood Editing Mentor on Premiere. Anything short form, anything like that, any kind of like side little projects or whatever that are kind of short form, I do on Premiere. But everything besides that, Avid. And I started off with Final Cut Pro. But I haven't even touched Final Cut. What it X or what it 10? I don't think I've even opened it. Like open actually the app. But yeah, Avid and Premiere. Obviously Premiere. Avid the majority of the time. Premiere mostly at home. I see Premiere though. It's especially this week. I don't know. I've seen a lot of articles and people talking about Premiere. I don't know. It's been especially this week. So I think you'll be seeing a lot of more Premiere projects. But glad you're here, Denise. Thanks, Rebecca. Sharon, turmeric chai blend. You know what? I've been into turmeric and chai lately, like big time. Like those flavors. Even I bought this turmeric cereal with like turmeric, and it leaves like the milk, like what do you call the golden milk? It's delicious. It's great. And chai, yeah, I drink chai at night before going to bed. It's decaf, of course, because I can't sleep. Am I editing anything interesting these days? Yeah, like everything for the Hollywood Editing Mentor program. It's it's really fun. It's a lot of work though, I gotta say, but I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I worked more than probably than when I was working on a show, but I enjoy it a lot. It does not feel like work. I just like that it's helping people out. And so that takes up a lot of my time. I'm also doing a podcast with my friend Beto Gurmilan. And so I'm doing that, recording those, editing those. It take a while. I'm definitely keeping busy. You do animation, huh? I've been interested. I mean, Mr. Animation's here, Jesse. Obviously, he can talk a lot more about that. But I've always been curious, and I listened to his podcast with Zach. I've always wanted to know more about it. So interested in it. And yes, Monty is like one of my favorite people on this planet. An amazing man. That rare, like there's not a lot of people like him. He's amazing. And he supported me immensely, even till this day, to get me bumped up and be an editor. That guy's special, for sure. Jesse, getting deep here. What gets you most excited about editing? I guess the ability to tell a story and watch performances, connect with performances. I really like watching performances, man. I like watching dailies and seeing just performances and having that connection with, an actor, actress, just getting really deep into it and feeling that energy, and then trying to create a story to tell based out of performances. I don't know why. I just really dig acting. Um, and to me, like I have a hard time writing. Like to me, writing my thoughts on a piece of paper on a computer has always been difficult for whatever reason. But visually is easy for me. And so to me, it's like a way to me to express myself is like to me it's like writing, except that I just when it comes to here write something or type something out, I have a hard time. But somehow communicating with by the way of editing, like going like the thoughts from here out, it's just easy for me on by editing. I don't know. I just I'm a visual person, I guess. Um, yeah, you know what? I gotta say, I didn't connect with editing till like later in life. I didn't have a full understanding of editing to like as like how can I say it as a ways of storytelling, connecting with it. Um, to me, because I wanted to be a DP. I was a cameraman slash editor, and so my focus was on the camera because I wanted to be a DP. And so to me, like editing for a long time was just a way for me to piece my footage together. So to me, it was just like I'm gonna arrange my shots, and put them together. Um, I didn't connect with it early on. And actually, I gotta say, talking about Beto, I think we've talked about Beto too much today. We mentioned his name too much. No, but Beto's a very good friend, one of my best friends, and we did a documentary about his life called Once Again, which I shot and edited. And it was that project where I realized how much I connected really with editing, and unfortunately not with cinematography. And I still love cinematography. I like photography. I love it to death. I could geek out about it forever. But I realized that my connection was with editing, and I had to let cinematography go, and decided to focus on editing, and I'm glad I did because that was my true connection. But it really didn't take me. It took me a while to really figure that out. I gotta say, to have a mature kind of outlook on editing and what it really stands for and what it really is. Yeah. George Lopez, where can we check out the doc? Um, it's on YouTube, and I gotta find it. Beto around. Maybe he has the link there quicker than I do. Um, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll post the link. Ah, there it is. Oh no, that's not it. I found it. There we go, George. Just posted that link. You want to check it out? Una vez más, once again. Yeah, like I said, I think. Oh, let me see. Hope everything is looking and sounding good because it's the first time I'm doing this here on Facebook, and I think so far, I mean, I'm watching it here. It looks great. Yeah, I figured, I'm gonna do these a lot. Tani, Tani Sin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I did not. You're welcome. I'm glad to be doing this. What are your ways you look to keep growing as an editor? Good question. And also, like getting better at telling different types of stories. Well, I mean, I certainly, I mean, I try to watch obviously as much as possible, like series and films. That's that's a part of it. But also, I think I more than anything, I like to connect with people, have experiences, out in the world, live life. To me, that has been what has allowed me to grow as an editor, to really understand, because that all comes down to storytelling, right? I mean, like, you just, by listening to people, paying attention, communicating, and and having experiences. I mean, like, I like traveling. I'm always there. I mean, I like to go hiking. I like experiencing life. Um, is how I think I grow as an editor. I think I feel I mature as an editor. I just connect more with people, and therefore I tend to connect more with, like, performances, and just feel emotion a lot better. I know that might be like a little answer might be kind of deep, or whatever, but I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I do say I watched um, series and TV series and films, but I gotta admit, it's not. I don't watch a lot of TV, honestly. I gotta admit, or films. When we could go to theater, yeah, I love going to the movies more than anything. But series at home, I not that many, and so I just have a lot of human connection. I gotta say, helps me a lot. Um, and yeah, I mean, like, for example, like, getting better, telling different stories. I mean, again, it's just hearing stories. Being wanting to be a. I've always wanted to be a storyteller. I have liked telling stories since I was a kid. Uh, Katia knows what I'm talking about. Same thing. It's just, it could be anything, that I enjoyed hearing about people's, just whatever, what that day they had, and to me telling, what I did at school, like, whatever. That's just been something I had as a kid. It is what it is till today. And so I just like hearing different types of stories, different conversations, and connecting with people. And that has really allowed me to grow as an editor, really, like I said, connect with, like, material, and really just focus on the story itself, not just putting footage together. It's more about hearing that, or having that emotion come out of scenes. But I like that question. Good question, Ben. How often, if ever, do you use After Effects motion graphics software on the job? Hardly ever. I mean, I don't. Does anyone else here use After Effects? I do not. I rarely do. I mean, I try to do everything on the Avid. And if it, I mean, even when assisting, like, if I try to do it in Avid, and if I couldn't, I would rarely even go to After Effects. I'd be probably handed off to our boy Andrew Separately, who I gotta say got me into T. Him and Ian Erskine. But and then I hand it off to those guys to kind of do a temp VFX or whatever. But, like, me personally, not in scripted TV. Other stuff, when I used to work, like, talk shows, stuff like that, maybe a little bit more, but not me personally. After Effects. That's something I always wanted to learn. I can do the basics, um, but yeah, the thing is just, like, every time I try to start a tutorial, I just, like, I can't do this, and I just stop. But I do have a fascination with it, and I love people that know how to use it well. Deb Cohen, how's it going? I have closed captioning. I didn't know that. That's great. Oh, there it is. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I did that. JT Trudeau, hope you're enjoying your tea. I am. What were your first few years in Hollywood like? They were tough, tough. I mean, difficult. It was bad. I had moved. I'm originally from San Diego, but I had been in New York for 5 years, and I had been, working over there on scripted television. I had a successful career in New York, and I gotta say, I kind of came to LA with a little bit overly confident, honestly. And I got here not thinking that I wanted to do the switch to transition to scripted. And when I got here, it was so tough to find work for me, like, more than New York. And it was tough. I mean, I got to a point where I was looking at a plan B, which I didn't know really what that was, but plan B, like what else can I do? I don't know what other career I could have. And so I then said, you know what, if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not getting work, because I was still trying to get just kind of like working on scripted, just make a paycheck. And then, I wrote about it on HollywoodEditingMentor.com, an article about some great advice that I got from both director, screenwriter Cameron Crowe and Oscar-nominated editor Joy McMillan. And they both said, stop making it about the money. When you stop making it about the money, it's when things will start happening. And I'm like, wow, that's true. And so I started just looking for work just for the paycheck. And so I started taking indie gigs that maybe didn't pay that much. I mean, they didn't. They paid very little. I could not pay my bills completely, but I was getting experience. I was getting film experience. I was working like legit feature films. I was filling in gigs on scripted TV series until I finally built a network and found opportunities in scripted and made the transition. But it was not, I don't, people I talk to, people I mentor, I'm not going to lie to, I don't lie to them. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. And at least it was for me. But it's not impossible. It just takes a lot of hard work and strategies and determination. You just got to know how to do it. And there are ways to do it. I mean, everyone's path is different, but there's certainly strategies that you can apply. As people who are working with me, they know. And so you can do it. But yeah, no, it was tough. I got to say, the first year was rough, man. Whew. But thanks for your question, JT. Deb Cohen says she does use After Effects for temp VFX. But yeah, mostly in Avid. Yeah, me too. I try to stick to Avid. Mark Dashna, hey, good to connect with you. We'll talk soon for sure. And thanks for your question. Let's see. How do you straddle the editor, assistant editor divide? For example, when meeting other industry people, are you as confident saying I'm an editor as saying I'm an assistant editor? It's a good question. Because I recently transitioned to being an editor in scripted TV. And yeah, you're right. I was, it was, I'm still getting used to it. The biggest thing for me has been now having an assistant. I don't know if Chris Kavanaugh is here. If not, what's up, Chris? Sending a shout out to him. But that has been an interesting, now being on the other side and having an assistant. How do you communicate and it manages that, and that relationship, because now I'm on the other side. It's pretty fresh. So I'm still learning a lot, and I hope I'm doing a good job. Yet I got to ask Chris. Zach Arnold is here. And so, yeah, it's been the most interesting thing is having now being on the other side and having an assistant, how to make sure I communicate the proper way. And cause I'm still I still have the assistant kind of mindset. So I'm still trying to do a lot of things on my own. And I'm like, realize, hey, I need to move on. I got to edit this thing. Yeah. So that dynamic is still a work in progress. I understand that. I heard it from other people, how that was going to be. And it's so true. So I'm trying to learn that. And, unfortunately we're kind of cut off early here with the work, but I do pay attention to it. And I want to be the best possible editor to with my assistant and develop the proper relationship and just be able to teach and delegate and just create the proper kind of relationship. But that's been at least the biggest thing for me. Thanks, Mark. Shin, thank you. Yeah. A lot of hard work. When I thought I could not do it, I just kept going. I pushed myself because there was many days, nights where I was like, this is it. I'm done. And Zach is here. If he's here, he's still here. Zach had a lot. I learned a lot from Zach. Zach and I went to Michigan together. Go Blue. And he helped me out a lot with his Fitness in Post podcast. And so I got to give a shout out to him, as I always do. I'm very appreciative. But yeah, it was just that it just like when I felt that I could not do it anymore, I just kept going because I knew that that is what I always wanted to do. That I knew that there was no other thing that I want to do in life. And so I just said, I need to figure it out. I need to figure it out until my bank account and my money runs out. I still had some left. So I'm going to push this till I don't have a penny left. And so it happened. But it was making the right decisions and also listening to people, listening to a different perspective, because sometimes we miss things. We miss making the right decisions because of our ego, which was honestly in my case. And someone close to me said, hey, you should do this. Because I didn't want to take a job because it was not the position that I wanted. But she was like, hey, you need to do this. You need to go meet people. And ultimately, that job led me to Narcos. If I would have never taken that, probably never, yeah. So who knows what would have happened. But, it's like listening to other people, because sometimes our ego gets in the way and we have to listen to a different perspective. But it was tough. It was tough. But, it just, you have to learn all. You go along the way, you make decisions, or it's trial and error. You make mistakes. But the thing is to learn. Keep learning. Try something different. Switch it up. You're going to fail again. All right, get back up. After a while, you're going to be like, this isn't, I'm used to it. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but like, yeah, you just get used to that feeling. You're over that fear. And then you just learn. Use it that way. I'm learning. So that's what I did. A lot of mistakes, but able to figure it out. Yeah, and that's it, Mike. When I was in I was worked so long with I don't even think I had an assistant. That's the other thing. When I worked in unscripted, I don't think I had an assistant. Maybe one time, but I hardly had an assistant. I was my own assistant. So yeah, it's been just different. And Mike, of course, I think Mike, I seen what you're doing now, and I think we talked a while back, right? Of course we did, and yeah, transitioning to scripted is hard, no doubt about it. Very hard, but it can be done with good network and persistence. True, that's true, and you'll hear it a lot. It's that's why I tell people, it is the simple concept, simple when you say it, right? Networking and persistence, but there's so many layers to that. You can get extremely deep with it because you'll hear that a lot. Yeah, just keep on going. No, there's layers to that. It's the concept, general concept is simple, but underneath it's very complex, and you just need need kind of it's important to have someone to kind of guide you and at least put things out there so you can kind of realize, all right, I see what you're talking about. This is much deeper. Deb, yeah, Trevor, of course. Say hi to him if you see him. I did not work with him though. Was not in those seasons with him, but I've met him at social gatherings when we could do those. I'm glad this is working out. And I hope you people are connecting out there, even aside from me here, like chat it up. I see people are sharing information. That's great. That's the purpose of this as well, to network. Just because we are in this pandemic and we're locked up doesn't mean that we cannot continue to network. In fact, it is the time to do it. It's a perfect time to do it right now, to network, because people have time right now to sit down on a computer or on a phone and talk, and people are just craving that connection. So what better time than do it right now? So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing these, because I think this we're onto something here, and I want to build a community, and I want to build relationships here, and we're gonna help each other out. Doing big things here, Hollywood Editing Mentor. Forget, or here? No, here. HollywoodEditingMentor.com. Go sign up for the email list. Go check out all the free advice that I have on there. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming up soon. Yes, Deb. Speaking of social gatherings, I know we're all stuck inside right now. What kinds of things do you do to unwind after focusing and working hard all day editing? Excuse me. Well, first of all, I work out a lot. I cannot, to me, working out is, or exercise activity is more than the physical benefits. To me, it's therapy. To me, it's the time that I unwind, even though I'm lifting weights and, running, long distances, but that's for me therapy, and I zone out and I unwind. If I realize if I do not exercise, I feel like I lose a day. So I try to stay active. That's in the mornings. I do not work out in the evenings, afternoons. In fact, if I miss a workout in the morning, I will not work out. At night, what do I like to do? And I need to do it more. Stretching at night. And I do with the foam roller, or I do, bust out my yoga mat, do stretches. I use my, the Hypervolt, my little, massage gun. I got a roller, called the stick, what is it, to roll out your calves and stuff like that. I got a bunch of things. I got a lacrosse ball. I really am, I'm releasing that tension, really. But yes, I think it's just even important to do it at night. And trust me, it makes a difference. Right now, I need it right now, actually. I kind of touched upon it, but here we'll go through it again. If I didn't earlier, Matthew, you might have talked about this earlier. What advice do you have for someone starting their career to get themselves onto narrative scripted shows? I cannot emphasize enough going out there to meet people. I know you're going to hear it a lot. Everyone's going to talk about it. But it's true. It's just a matter of meeting people and start building relationships with people. The more you do it, it's a numbers game. So you need to get out there and just start sending either emails on social media, reaching out to people, and tell them how much you're learning, how you want to do this, and you're looking to learn something from them. And so that's the way. It's because this system works. This industry works on relationships, and so you got to meet people. You're not gonna find, obviously, like, as you know, any jobs out there any postings, and then when you see it on Facebook, it's been through already the whole community. We can't find someone. And so it rarely happens, but just, right now, like, for example, this, sure, at the moment, it might not seem like you're, producing them, results, say immediate results, but this is a slow process. It can be a slow process. It takes time, but it's persistence. Like, keep at it, just keep with it. You'll get there. Trust me. As Mike right now said, same thing, persistence, just keep at it. You might not see the results right away, but it will happen. Trust me. I was someone that I never thought it was possible. I did not have, I knew people were working on this stuff because obviously you see the credits, right? I'm like, I didn't even know where to begin. Nothing, like, at all. I got here to LA. I did not know anything about it. I figured it out. Talking to a lot of people, getting information, and eventually, it'll happen. But certainly making right choices as well. Again, with work, I can't stress that enough. Saying yes to the right things and no to the things that are not gonna get you to where you want to be. So it's also involves strategic planning, but being more conscious of decision making. Before doing something, think about it and think about the true value of, for example, a job, and assess your situation, especially like with your financial situation, all those things. But you need to just really analyze it. Take time to do that. Things will work out, man. Trust me. I was in that position, and it worked out. I had no connections. I didn't know anyone. Zero. I came from another background, like editing, talk shows and stuff like that. So it can be done. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it, man. And thank you. You do a lot too, man. You do way more. So thank you, man. But glad you're here, honestly. Jennifer Bantley. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, no. I love working with Haley. Haley has been amazing. Love working with her. And thank you for your trust in me. I appreciate it. The avocados, the produce was amazing. Check out avocado, guys, avocadodude.com. Some good avocados, good lemon. The olive oil, good stuff. See. Tony has a question for the group. What type of projects does everyone work on, edit, or aspire to work on? Yeah, is everyone here trying to get it? Like, really, what is that? People want to work on scripted TV, or do people also want to work on other stuff? I'm curious. Lacrosse balls, yep. They can hurt though, but they work. Bill, you're welcome. Glad you're here. Glad I could be of help. George Lopez is currently working in news and promos and is trying to make the transition. Looking for advice. Eric also looking to get more advice and help him out. He has a lot of questions. Good guy. A lot of people working in promos. Deb, animation, huh? Yeah, animation, of course, is a hot topic right now, and I've always loved. I was really into drawing as a kid. I've always had a fascination with drawing, art, and animation. Always. To me, art. I mean, like just anything, paintings, street art. I love illustrations. I love animation. I'm really interested in learning more about it. I have so many questions about it. So it was good to hear Jesse's conversation with Zach the other day. Brought some insight into that world. So what do you guys think? You guys think we should do this more often? I mean, maybe not every week, but I mean, I think we can make this community grow and we can, network. This is a good networking thing. And I just realized it this morning. I'm like, this is not just about me answering questions. This could be a networking thing. I love technology, man. What's I mean, 4th of July is kind of different this year. Anyway, stay safe out there, guys. Anyone do anything in barbecuing, at least at home? JT agrees we should. Yeah, we'll do these. I'm going to do these a lot more. Yeah. Awesome, Debbie. Yeah, I'm hearing you guys. No doubt we'll do this. And it'll evolve. We'll see how I can improve it obviously all the time, but this is a great start. Edward, thank you, man. Glad you are enjoying it. Ben, how about Ben too? Ben is just moving from San Diego. Came out here, is trying to make it get into scripted. David Torres, yep, awesome man. We're gonna do it. You tried barbecue once. I'm coming over, Eric. I'll bring my mask. Don't worry. I'm going over to your house. Me too. Barbecue ribs right here. Carne asada. Ah. Matthew agrees we should do it. Not carne asada, but these sessions. I'm heading over now, Eric. Who else is here? Say hi, guys. Introduce yourselves. Tell us what you're doing. What are you up to? What are you looking to do? Who you are? What are you working on? What do you like? Hit me up with a question. Maybe a question for someone else for the group. A carne asada session. That's, with this technology now, we can we can certainly do that. Ooh, that's a good idea. Great question or topic. Mark, excuse me, Dash now says, not that you fought to get into scripted, can you reveal some myths about how much better or easier scripted is over reality? Woo, I admire reality editors, assistant editors, everyone on that crew, because it is so much more work. It's crazy. And so even to say, I am one of those people that does not understand the whole idea that, oh, you worked in reality, you can't work in scripted. No, you could probably do it better than any of us. I mean, you're as a reality editor, I mean, sometimes you're building the stuff. You don't have a script. I mean, think about scripted. You have an outline or a plan in front of you. Sure, things change, but I mean, in reality or documentary, you have a shit ton of footage. And I've done it. And it's a good train. I mean, I think going from reality to scripted, you're like, oh my God, this is, I don't want to say a piece of cake, but I'm just saying you have so much more training or, not only as an editor, as an assistant. I mean, the amount of, I was on a job, I remember I was editing a talk show and the assistants would come in to my room and just be like, oh my God, I needed to take a time out in my room because the amount of cameras and syncing and troubleshooting, it does not even compare at all to scripted. So no, I'm not one of those guys that says reality people can't do script. No. Hats off. I need a haircut. To everyone on unscripted, no, true warriors, man, and true talent. You're building a story from sometimes nothing. Thanks, Mark. Check out Eric's the group. This Post Live. He has some really cool events that he posts on there. Sometimes I'm like, where do you find these? These are amazing. So check out his page. This Post Live. A lot of good stuff. Really good content on there. This is an interesting question. I can certainly talk about it. Laura, let's see. Can you speak more about how to know what determines the right job to select? This is a conversation I've been having with several of my friends, editor friends. It depends so it depends. I'm going to start off, say, from if you are starting to get, you're trying to break into to Hollywood and scripted TV or film. I would say focus on those types of jobs. So maybe, so it's going to be probably be in indie films. Um, uh, I did, you know, a union indie feature early on, Tier Zero, which I'm sure a lot of people know what that means. It just, it's not a big budget or any budget at all. Well, it has a small budget, but you don't make a lot of money. Um, and so, but it's a legit feature. It's a union feature. I did that. I did, you know, I cut a short. Um, I cut a feature, indie feature. So even though, again, that goes to this idea of not making it about the money. These things, projects were not paying me a lot of money. I couldn't pay my rent. I mean, I had savings, but the money I was making out of these projects, I could not pay my rent, but I had it saving. So again, going back to making the plan, that's part of it. Financials are a big part of it. I talk about it a lot. But it's finding those projects. If you want to work, say, in film or just in general scripted TV, get into those projects, meet those people, meet that community. So now you're being surrounded by other people who are either working in film or want to work in it. So you want to surround yourself with like-minded people in the sense that you're working for the same thing. And so I started saying no to unscripted jobs. Because it's not where I want. Me personally, that's not where I wanted to work. So if I kept going down that road, I would have gotten more of those jobs. I mean, I wasn't getting anything, but I mean, if I would have stuck with that road, I would just gone down that road and then just stuck with unscripted. But I decided to make it start from the bottom, just start getting any scripted experience that I could, and it just little by little started growing. That's my advice. Look at the value. The value is not the paycheck. The value is the connections, the experience, putting yourself out there in that community. That's the value. Outside of that, say now as an editor, what determines the right job to select? I mean, for me, it's different because I'm kind of started out my editing career in scripted, but I one of my big things is working with good people. That is a big thing for me, is just working with great people, nice people. That's a, you know, something I try to make happen, if possible. Saludos, Araceli. Carne asada. People like carne asada and mariscos. I'm down. Combo, surf and turf. Sharon, I caught the beginning because I had to jump on a call, so I missed a lot of it. But the whole guaranteed hours thing, or the 60-hour work week, that was interesting. I didn't ever, I guess, saw it that way. Um, that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna. I'm sure he recorded it and it's up there. I'm gonna watch it. So unfortunately, I had to take a call, but I saw that part and I thought it was interesting that it's not necessarily like that it was made to be kind of like, hey, this is kind of like just a general idea, but not like you have to work these 60 hours, right? That's how I understood it. That's as far as I got. But I'm glad, awesome. Obviously what Zach Arnold is doing is amazing. And I'm glad he's having these conversations. What's one thing you need in your bay that you take with you every job? My pour over coffee setup. That is, I cannot live without that, honestly. I have a bee house pour over. I have my scale and I have my kettle, and I make fresh pour over coffee every day at work, and people love it because it smells great. But I can't make it for everyone at the office because it's a single serving. But I'll give you a tip as an assistant. I'll share a good tip right now for all assistants out there. I used to, if you want to get points with your editor and they're into coffee, if you bring a pour over setup at work, man, I'm telling you, just do it. They're easy. Besides that, I always bring my tablet, my Wacom tablet, and I have my let me see, my gaming mouse. I have two of these actually, but these two things always come to with me. I have actually I if people who work with me, I overdo it. I bring like it's like a little apartment in my edit bay. Um, and I'll give a shout out to Matt Colonna. He doesn't know this, but it's his fault. Shout out to editor Matt Colonna. Um, I bring a tub, a big tub with all kinds of things, like just to make it feel homey. That's a big tip. Make your bay to me. That's what I like. I make it as homey as possible, so I feel comfortable. I have like what do you call it? Art on the walls and little trinkets here and there. Like stuff like this and focus. Yeah. Stuff like that. I make it really as homey as possible and make it comfortable. So I carry on a tub, like a big utility tub around. Just put everything in there. My mat, of course, to stand on, and I have a yoga mat in there too. I do stretch. That's another Zach Arnold tip. So a lot of things I take to my every job. Too much probably. People still coming in. I think we might go here a little longer. I think people are liking this. I'm certainly enjoying it. But now I know. That we're on to something here. That this is something that we all seem to be enjoying. So so now you kind of get an idea of what this is, how we can make this as a networking thing, or just an informative session where we get our questions answered about anything. People talking about gear, getting recommendations. You see what this is all about. I'm glad we all notice it. So we'll keep going on here for a couple more minutes, and then we'll sign off. What's everyone watching? I have not seen something in a while. I got my last of it's not no. I got my the Last of Us Part 2, and I haven't opened it. I just have not had time to go sit down and play it, because I know if I play it, I will not you will not see me for the next month. So I'm gonna do that soon. Anyone played The Last of Us 2? I hear it's like amazing. Unorthodox is great. I saw that early on, or a couple months ago. I really, really liked it. Zora with the Unorthodox recommendation. I completely agree. What a simple story, but man, it brought me into a world I did not know much about. I was always curious, obviously, when I lived in New York. But yeah, Unorthodox. Good stuff. It's funny. I understand now the concept of watching Twitch. I get it now. And I've actually have heard recently a lot of conversations about Shira, no doubt. That's funny you mentioned that. Everyone talking about Money Heist. My friend in Sacramento, he just cannot stop talking about Money Heist, Casa de Papel. I have not seen it. Motherland was interesting, and I just finished Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, wow, that sounds interesting. Mark Hunter's Wild and Violent. Nice. New season of Dark and watching Ozark. I finished Ozark, over the pandemic. Have thoughts on it, but it's a great show. They just announced an extended version of season 4. Great show. Penny Dreadful, City of Los Angeles. I know some people on that show. And the Chai. Am I saying that correct? Yeah, right? Or the She? Oops, sorry. Apologize. I could imagine the Criterion. I can imagine it's amazing. I used to buy all those DVDs. Another fan of Ozark, of course, Araceli. Where's Beto? I want to talk to him about Ozark. The Last of Us? Yeah, that thing looks amazing. The composer, Gustavo Santaolalla, composer for The Last of Us, is the composer we work with on Narcos. I used to be, see, that's amazing working on something like this. For me, like on Narcos, Gustavo Santaolalla was a big Spanish rock en español producer. He produced the biggest bands in rock en español. And so I was a big fan of him as a kid. And so now to work with him, I mean, dream come true. All right, might start. Bleh, can't speak today. Might start winding down. At least, oh, he's here. Oh, Agustín. ¿Qué pasa, hermano? Agustín Rexach. Everyone meet Agustín. We just recorded a podcast with him. He is actually, I'll use this to introduce you, Agustin. He will now be an official contributor to Hollywood Editing Mentor. We're going to see some of his articles soon on the Hollywood Editing Mentor website, hollywoodeditingmentor.com. Thank you, Agustin. Agustin is, believes in mentoring, likes to help out. We actually learned that we have similar paths, backgrounds. And so Agustin is a good resource, and I know he likes to help out. He genuinely cares. So I'm glad we finally talked, Agustin, because we met each other a while back. We just never formally talked, and then I know we could have just kept on talking. But I'm so glad that you offered to help, and I'm glad to have you on board. And so, yeah, I just want to put it out there. Agustin's a great guy and likes to help people out. Santaolalla's soundtrack for Babel is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, he won the Oscar, no? No, Santaolalla is great, man. No, thank you. Thank you, Agustin. This has been great. This has been awesome. It's like, it's cool to chat with all of you. This has been really fun. Any more questions? And if you have obviously more questions, like I said, I'm going to be doing these a lot more. And also, head over to hollywoodeditingmentor.com. Got some articles on there, some advice. I just shot a couple more videos, so I got more content coming up. Agustin just wrote an article for the site that's going to go up soon. We recorded a podcast. He's going to tell us all about his journey, give you practical advice. And again, you'll hear this. It's the same process, but you'll see how, when you break down that process, break down those simple concepts, You'll see what we're all talking about when we say persistence, networking, get out there. So that'll be coming up soon, probably in 2 weeks. And so, yeah, that's it. I just want to put out content for you guys and help as much as possible. But just so you know, don't forget HollywoodEditingMentor.com. Sign up for the email list. Go there now. Sign up. I'm going to have exclusive content just for our group, our founders group. And so sign up, and then you also, stay up to date with all the content that's coming out. And, I want to build here a community that where we can come here and feel comfortable and ask questions and just, kind of say how it is and give practical advice. And also just be here, we're here to listen, because I know what it feels like. I used to feel that, alone doing this. I felt like I was out there alone. And so it's simply just having someone to talk to helped me a lot. Just someone to listen. I think we talked about with Eric, this idea of just being able to just even me personally say what I'm feeling, or, have it just come out of my mouth. Like it was just so, it was just a release, and it made me feel better at the times where I felt that I was going nowhere and things weren't going to happen. So that's a very important thing, is to build connections and know someone's out there listening, and it has got your back and is going to give you advice. But requires, in the end, it requires hard work from us. Like no one can guarantee you anything. In the end, it requires hard work and persistence, and just stay with it. But along the way, you're going to have those people that are going to have your back and kind of take your hand and guide you, of course. But then, you have to put in that work. There's no way around it. I wish I could tell you, yeah, you know what, it requires work. It is, but it is possible. There's a lot of people on here that'll tell you, of course, it's possible. We came from, just like Agustin was in Puerto Rico, then went to Miami and San Antonio, and said, you know what, keep going west, and I'm going to go to LA and going to make this happen, because I always wanted to tell stories. Same thing as me. And so you just make it happen and go out there and jump, close those eyes and jump. You'll never know what can happen. So you got to just take the leap. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna wind this down. It has been great. I thank all of you for being here. It was amazing. We are definitely doing this again. This is awesome. It's fun. It's informative. So I will definitely do this again. You'll hear about it from me. Thank you, Agustin. Trying to do my best here. And just hope, just trying to be as helpful as possible. Eric wrote a blog post on mentorship. It's important. Where can we find that blog post? Let us know. Type it in the comments. Thank you, Agustin. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, you guys, if you guys are working on stuff, or put it here, post it. Let us know what you're working on, and connect, get each other's, add each other, friend each other, keep the conversation going. You never know what you'll learn from other people's experiences. Build relationships. Right now is the time to connect. This is a historic moment we are experiencing. Use it to your advantage. I know there's a lot of bad stuff happening, sure, but look at the positive side. Take the time to learn, connect. JT, glad you're here. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for your participation. George Lopez, no problem, man. Thanks for being here. Okay, guys. Unless anyone has any more questions, Eric, Thanks for being here, Eric. Don't forget to check out This Post Life. This Post Life, Eric has a lot of really, really cool events on there. Really like good, really good ones. I'm like, what? Where'd you get that? It's awesome, man. Shin, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Go try out Joy. Go try out Joy in Highland Park on York. I thought it was good. And that's where I discovered Oolong. It's a pretty good place. Mike, hope to run into you soon, man. Glad you're doing well. Edward, thanks, man. Thanks for being here. David, thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your questions, your comments. So, yeah, I think this is it. Matthew, this was awesome. Thank you, guys. This is great. Denise, thanks for signing up. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. You'll be hearing from me soon if you haven't already. So yeah, just like Denise, go over there. Go to HollywoodEditingMentor.com. Sign up. We'll be sending out some exclusive content for the list, and just we'll stay in touch with everything that's happening. And yeah, Jesse, thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do. You sharing that positivity throughout our community. I know I appreciate it, and everyone else appreciates it. So thank you. And yes, you too. Have a good 4th. Thanks, man. Agustin, love you, hermano. Thank you. Okay, guys, that's it. All right, awesome. This was great. We're gonna do this again soon. Thanks again, everyone. Whatever your goals are, stay at it. Stay positive. Stay positive. Just use this moment right now, like I said, to reconnect with people, to create relationships, to talk to people, learn about yourself, learn new skills. I mean, use it to your advantage. And then once things get back up and running, you'll be ready. Okay? Of course, have a safe 4th of July. Okay? Barbecue at home. Wear that mask. Wear that mask. I know you all will, but I'm just saying. Enjoy. Cook some good stuff. And so I will see you on the next time here. Hollywood Editing Mentor. Check out HollywoodEditingMentor.com. I'll see you here on the next afternoon tea with Hollywood Editing Mentor session. Stay tuned. Thank you. Love all of you. Take care.